Hello and welcome back to Ray's Franchise. We left off with Brody Hopkins' Major League debut as we currently set 3 games under 500. And if we take a look, we are also 3.5 games out of the final wild card, as we are 20 games back of the Yankees, who are having a phenomenal season. Doesn't look like we'll be able to catch the division, but we could still claim a wild card, as I saw the wild card is only 85 games projection. We're supposed to win 76. And if we take a look at what we did at the end of last episode, we made a couple of big trades. We acquired AJ Smith-Shawver, who was great in his first outing. We promoted Jesse to be in this pitching staff. And then our bullpen has been fairly solid all season long. Even losing Garrett Clevenger hasn't really been a big factor for us. Now, offensively is where the issues have been. We have not gotten great production from Chandler Simpson all season. Junior Caminero has been cold on the average side of late, but he's back to hitting a lot of homers. Jonathan Aranda's having a very nice season. Carson Williams is starting to get going again. It's the back end of this lineup, as the big trade acquisition, Cam Smith, is getting better in his attributes. He's just not playing that much better as of right now, as Johnny DeLuca also got called up. Justin Henry Malloy has had a very nice season, and then Hunter Fiducia has been a very nice backup catcher for us. We just need to start getting some more offense from our pieces. And if we look down the system at some of our minor league players, Xavier Isaac is killing it since being called up to AAA. We can't see the stats anymore like that, but if we come over to here, we can see that he's hitting 273, which I wish the OPS was a bit higher, but that's fairly good in 37 games. It's been really, really good. And then unfortunately we cannot see the AA numbers, but he was destroying it at AA. So Xavier Isaac could be someone who gets called up at the September call-ups. It all depends how he plays, as Trey Morgan will probably miss the rest of the season with his broken ankle. As we get into it, we got Shane McClanahan pitching against the White Sox. I would like to see how our younger ace is doing right now. So I'm going to player lock as him, and we're going to hop into a game real quick. On the mound now, Shane McClanahan, dealing with this White Sox team who roughed up Brody Hopkins in his Major League debut. The CPU pulled us in this 5th inning before we could get through it. And then, of course, the reliever that followed us allowed the 2 runners we had on base to score, which is not great for the numbers. He pitched very well if you watched that episode. As McClanahan starting off fairly strong, as I'm doing a little bit better with the pure analog pitching. You may have watched the first couple episodes where I tried different pitching mechanics, and I was not very good at meter, and then I have no clue how you're supposed to use pulse. So we're a bit early on that one to chase Murdoff, who is having a pretty nice season, the young second baseman for the White Sox. And we just beamed him in the leg, so that's going to leave a bruise, and that brings up Murataka Murakami, as that changeup is not where you want to place it at all. A middle changeup. We're lucky we got away with that, as there's a fastball basically same spot, a little bit lower. So we'll try and go to the curveball here, lefty. And he offered at it. I think it was going to be a strike anyway, but we sit down Murakami for the second strikeout of the day. And now we'll face Benintendi, as that breaking ball was just off the plate. So we were way too early on that one. Gonna try and get that changeup in. He's gonna foul that one off. Could not help but swing at it. As we'll start with a slider off the plate. And that's gonna get to the second strike. Is Framber Valdez having a nice season? Tigers are gonna need him to step up in real life, as it was announced today that Tariq Skubal will be having surgery on his pitching elbow to remove loose bodies. I'm assuming that's meaning bone spurs. So it's similar to Hunter Green. They're saying it's a 2-month injury. If it's like Hunter Green's, it could take him out till about September at the close to the latest. So a horrible news for them as we sit down Andrew Benintendi looking on a nice outside fastball. If this offense can just get going a little bit, as they will not, at least in the first inning, they're going to give McClanahan a nice chance to get the win. Just been the issue. This offense hasn't scored many runs. Now, trading Yandy Diaz does not help the offense, but yet again, we weren't going to be able to pay Yandy Diaz in the offseason, especially with some of the extensions I want to get done early. That's a little fly ball out to Chandler. With his good speed, he will close in on that. Here's Luis L. Acuna. First pitch to him is going to be a changeup way in. He tries to bunt, as that might give me a reason to try and get this fastball off the plate. Because normally they try it twice. Completely missed with the location of where I wanted that, but it's a strike either way. We're going to go to the curveball, and it's way high, and it's destroyed foul. First base coach having to duck out of the way of it. We're going to try and go slider in. And that's going to be the first base hit of the game, as that's lashed into the gap. DeLuca's going to be the one that gathers it. He's got a strong arm, but it's not going to be strong enough to get the runner, as that's the 29th double for Luis L. Acuna. And it's going to be 1 on, 1 out for the speedster Derek Hill. And they're trying to go to third, and he's probably got that bag easily, and he does. His 14th stolen base of the year. So Luis L. Acuna having a very nice season, as we get Derek Hill fishing on that pitch. We'll try the low curveball for the strikeout. He's just able to get a piece of it. Try and go slider on the outside, and it's going to catch right down the middle. Hill did not see it, and that's a crucial second out of this inning. And I'll bring up Sam, and that pitch is right down the middle. It's hammered high and far. Going back on it is Cam Smith, and it's out of here. We left a fastball right down the middle for Ananacci, and Ananacci did not miss it. 99 on a silver platter down the middle, and we were unable to get out of that jam. As now we'll tackle on Everson Pereira, as we give him a changeup basically down the middle. Trying to rebound following the homer. That's a nice backdoor curveball if it is a strike. The challenge in the first inning will be unsuccessful for the White Sox. White Sox lose in the second inning, they lose their first challenge of the ball game. We'll try and go in a high and inside fastball. Good timing, they're going to foul it back. Not quite where I wanted it. We're going to try change up outside. And that's going to get a roll over to second. Lux unable to play it, and it's an infield single. The first pitch now to Kyle Teal is outside, but with only one challenge to lose, they will not challenge it, as that changeup is just barely inside. And that's going to be a close play at second, and they got Pereira on the tag. Gunning him down is Hunter Fiducia. You do not get to run on Hunter Fiducia, as I think he might have been safe. They just bring their arms in instead of stretching them out to get to the bag. As we get 3 runs back, so we'll have to take a look at the game log to figure out how. A Johnny DeLuca 3-run homer that scored Lux and Smith. Johnny DeLuca getting us on the board as we now lead by 1. Shane McClanahan given a little bit of a lead to try and hold on to, as the catcher Kyle Teal is attempting to lay down a drag bunt. There's about 5 players on this White Sox team that if you told me they were laying down a drag bunt, I'd be like, okay. Like, sure, I guess. Kyle Teal is one of the ones I'd be laughing at you if they successfully pulled off a drag bunt. They got speed in the outfield at second base and a perfect line out to Carson Williams. A nice play by Carson. And that's going to be 1 down as Chase Murdoch comes to the plate. Change up. It's hit high but not very far, or is it? Caught by DeLuca at the wall. The ball just kept carrying with some backspin on it. McClanahan able to survive that one. Was not a good located pitch, as that one was arguably worse. But Murakami late on the changeup makes you think he'll have no chance to touch this fastball as he takes it, so we'll never know for sure. So we'll try and go curveball down and out of the zone for strike 3. Unable to get it down. Kind of just ran outside on us, as we'll try with the slider. And that's going to be hit high in the air. Same place as the last one went. DeLuca to the wall. It's gone. 356 feet for Murakami, as it's an absolute wall scraper. Hit a mile in the air. It somehow finds its way out of this ballpark, just down into that corner, as that's not really even a terrible pitch. He basically hits an outfield pop-up, and it got out of here. Frustrating pitch there for McClanahan, as that's going to be just high, and it was just high. It's now to Benintendi. He's going to foul off that curveball. Staying alive here. We're going to try and go slider just at the bottom of the zone. And it's right where we wanted it, and we're going to get a pop-up here to Junior. Caminero camped under it. He's there to make the play. The lead was given up again on what was basically a glorified infield fly, and it just kept traveling out of this ballpark as we'll tangle with Brooks Baldwin, who's 0 for 1 on the day. As that changeup's going to be grounded up the middle. Luck's unable to get there on the weak grounder. Brooks Baldwin will reach, as surprisingly nobody's warming up in the bullpen. As I don't really want anyone warming up in the bullpen. I want to work out of this with our ace, as that changeup fools the former Mets top prospect. So that changeup's down in the dirt. Baldwin trying to run. Fiducia's throw will be way late, as it actually squirts away from Lux. It'll be scored a wild pitch, which it was. Try curveball low. It catches that outside corner for a strike. As we can look, the favorites to win Rookie of the Year. Don't understand why it's just grouped into one hole. Because then you have Griffin, who, unless he was traded without my knowledge, should be in the NL. As they're going to try and tag on Cam Smith, who's got a good arm, but it's wild up the line. Smith put everything on that throw, just unable to make it accurate enough, as Derek Hill swings foolishly on that outside changeup. Curveball catches exactly where we wanted it, and now we can go back to the fastball, which we haven't had good success with today, and that had no business not being another home run. So we'll try and go back to the spot. Hill getting on it. He's still late. I'm going to try for an outside changeup, and we pitch him perfectly. Fastball's inside. Went back to the changeup that made him look silly. And we get the out. Is here Sam Ananachi. Fastball over the plate for strike 1. We're going to try a changeup in. It gets middle, but it's going to go over to our star third baseman, who makes the throw on, and that's how we escape that inning, as we remain in a 3-3 tie. Everson Pereira, we retired on a caught stealing last time up. That left Kyle Teal at the plate. And that changeup was down the middle, just able to chop it off the catcher's chest plate. It's going to be 1-1. The 68th pitch is a grounder to short. Carson's got it. The throw on to first is in plenty of time for the out. Everson got a little piece of it, as up comes the slowest leadoff man probably in the game currently, in Kyle Teal. Although he's done fairly well as a leadoff guy in terms of run scoring, he's not necessarily the greatest hitter against lefties. As you can take a look at the stats, all his hitting attributes that really matter are below 50, as that's a weak little one hopper to short, but in plenty of time, still on the not-so-speedy runner to get the out. And here is Chase Murdoff. So we're going to throw a fastball in the upper corner for a strike. We'll try and go curveball low off of that, as it's going to be basically down the middle. Cam Smith coming in on it, does not have a play. It's going to be a hard single. We just missed with where that curveball was supposed to go. And now we got to be careful with Murakami. So we'll try and pitch him in, as that's a beautiful pitch for strike one. We'll go way away on this one. He's going to just foul it off. That's close to where his home run pitch was. So we'll try and go change up out over the plate for strike three, and we get him looking! Sitting down Murakami for the final out of the inning. And coming in now will be Jordan Romano. We'll continue to simulate on. As we end up winning this game, Kevin Cash excited. What was the final score of this game? End up being 4-3. We got another run. Johnny DeLuca did not have the RBI. It was Junior Caminero who had an RBI triple to give us the win, as Johnny DeLuca, though, had a wonderful game, 3 for 4 with a 3-run homer, which was the majority of our runs. AJ Smith-Shawver pitched a beautiful game, and we're going to hop in here. It's 2 out, or nobody out, with a runner on in the bottom of the 10th. And Griffin Jacks is coming on to face Jordan Beck, who in real life is struggling, and in the game he's somehow worse. That sweeper, not exactly as low as we wanted it, but a good pitch location either way, as that is not a good pitch location at all. Beck not taking the bat off his shoulders until there, as he swings at a low sinker that just ran on him, as here's the former Cardinal Andrew Kisner. Yadier Molina's back up for a long time as they're trying to run, as I forgot I'm actually the catcher still, and the runner advances to third. I fully expected Hunter Fiducia to throw that ball, but because of the pitcher lock, and I forgot I actually have to do that. As Alex Call snaps an 0 for 16. Not a great couple weeks it's been for him, as we'll now have to get Andrew Kisner out. So we're going to try and go with a changeup outside to get the job done, and it catches the corner. Kisner, the catcher, with a good eye, is going to challenge it, and it's going to catch the corner. It's upheld. Strike 3 against Andrew Kisner, and up comes Kyle Karros, who's having a spectacular start to his year. Looks like he probably was called up mid-season, as that changeup is going to be a strike. As we'll try and tackle with Karros, who's going to hit it into the gap. And it's going all the way to the wall. The speed of Simpson will cut it off to it only being a double, but the lead is lost. Kyle Karros, his 5th double of the year, and it's just a middle sweeper. And he continues to rake, as this is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Carson Williams. And we got even more extra innings. As we'll finish playing this one. Comes in Vernon Burandino, as he's having an insane season in real life. And we're not going to pinch run for Junior. We need him too much in this lineup, as that's just a curveball. It was off the plate. Didn't know how far off the plate it was going to be. 0-1 now to Aranda on a bad call. And that's a curveball that's just so slow. We're early on it. Burandino does not throw hard, as that sinker at 93 is about all he can get, as it says that's as fast as he can throw it. Aranda hitting 275 on the year is going to swing through that slow curveball. The timing was just a bit early, and up stands Carson Williams, who's 0 for 4. So the rookies do, as I don't know how I check swing to that. I didn't mean to swing at all. Felt that I touched a button, tried to hit it instantly again. As we got ourselves a 2-0 count now here to Carson. hitting .250 on the year. Currently third place in AL Rookie of the Year voting. As that's going to be flashed down into the corner. It's going to be an RBI double. We're going to take the lead as Carson rounds first. He's going to be into second easily as the throw is cut by Tovar. And we're now back into the lead. His 21st double of the year. And that'll bring up Gavin Lux, who I'm promising you is not hitting here. Gavin Lux, you're not a good defender, and you can't hit lefties. So, wait, who am I putting? Why is Ben Williamson DHing? Because that just went the guy I was going to play at second. That's mildly annoying. I don't think I can pin... I would have to put Richie Palacios in, which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm going to hit Cam Smith, who has great numbers against lefties. It's going to be the recently acquired Cam Smith, who's having a nice season with us, split time between here and the Astros. As the first pitch to him is going to be down for a ball, as I would really, really love Cam Smith to come up here in the clutch. The 1-0. He's going to foul off that sinker. Felt like good timing. Says I was just a hair early. As the 1-1 pitch now from Berendino. It's a circle change outside, but it was yet again early timing. Just need to sit back and wait on a pitch here from Berendino. The 1-2. We're going to foul off a good located cutter. Good timing. Unable to put it in play was Cam. 1-2 here yet again. So that's going to be grounded just early on that cutter again. As Berendino's starting to get worn down. Yet again, the 1-2 is way off. 78 miles an hour on that curveball. Almost below hitting speed. That's the 2-2 offering now here to Cam. It's going to be hit weakly through the shortstop hole. We're going to have to hold up the runner. There was no way we were going to send Carson Williams to the plate on what was really just a weak ground ball. And Cam's got good speed, but do I want to try and steal a base here? I might, as that sinker's down the middle. We're going to have Cam Smith running here. Cam Smith with one of the worst jumps I've seen. The slow pitch, he's in there. So we're going to prevent the double play from being a possibility. Although in a 2-strike count, we got to be careful. The pitch here to Brett, and he swings through the curveball. As they're going to pin or bring out a new pitcher, it's Valente Bellows. And here's Johnny DeLuca. We were just early on that outside curveball. Johnny DeLuca having a good season, or good last game, as it's good timing on a middle fastball. I don't know if you'll believe me, as I can't move it because it's locked on my OBS. It was good timing on a middle pitch. As we'll have to make some substitutions. Can Brett play second? Yeah, okay. Wait, no. That's not what I wanted to do. I need to go to substitutions. Cam Smith and Brett will just swap spots. That's what we'll do. And now with a 1-run lead, we're going to leave Jax out there. He's now trying to get the win. So I will go to the bullpen. I don't want to bring up Ian Seymour. That would be dumb. I'm going to get warming up Kevin Kelly, who has a 1.76 ERA for us. So that changeup might be just off, and it was just off. I'm going to try and go sinker low. We're locked in with Jax. See, we've had so many opportunities to come in and close the game. I'm good on Jax's timing, as we're just late on that. Is Eduardo Julian, the former Twins prospect, kid out of Canada, hits it weakly in the air. DeLuca coming on to it. Gonna make the catch. We got one down. As Ezequiel Tovar is the batter, the 3-hole man, Struggled to hit in real life, but he's been fairly good in the game. 0 for 4 on the day. Some would say he's due. We hope he's due tomorrow and not right here, right now. That changeup's good. A beautiful pitch out on the outside corner, and we're going to try and just go a little bit farther out as that's middle. It's hit to Junior. Hit right at him. The runner has to hold at second, and we got 2 down for Mickey Moniak, who already has, I believe, 11 home runs in real life, and that's going to be his 7th of the season here. A middle sweeper hit 450 feet, and that's how the Rockies are going to walk this one off. Pitcher analytics, where was that pitch is what I want to know. Pitcher jacks, batter, left-handed batter. I'm assuming that pitch number 4 was the homer. Let's just go take a wild guess here. Is it a... Where's the homer option? Yeah, home run. Yeah, so that's a middle breaking ball. So that's not where I wanted that pitch to be. Shockingly enough, as that was, of course, Mickey Moniak's 2nd home run of the game. Okay. Only this team right now would make Mickey Moniak a MVP candidate for a series. As we'll sim Jesse's game as we drop a series to the Rockies, as we'll sim the 2nd start of Brody Hopkins' career. Went a little bit better than the first one. As Brody 2 runs over 6 innings, a beautiful quality start. Brian Baker was not good enough to survive and hold on to that one. So we'll sim Shane McClanahan, or we won't, as it's 1 out facing Jose A. Ferrer. We're going to hop into this game. We are now 4 games under 500. A. Ferrer traded to the Mariners this year for Harry Ford, who I believe is yet to debut as a National. As Cam Smith hitting just under 250 with a hit today. So that circle change is going to be just on that corner. Was never going to offer at that pitch, especially 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to him, I'm just late on a sinker. Just late on the timing. And we're down 0-2 here to Ferrer. So that changeup is going to be off the plate. Cooper Criswell and Andres Munoz are warming up. 1-2 now to Cam Smith. As we're going to foul off that sinker, just able to get a piece. T-Mobile Park, the 1-2, and it's a changeup that we swing through. We were just early on that pitch. As it'll bring up Johnny DeLuca, who gets a middle pitch and rocks it. We were just late on 99. 0-1 here to DeLuca. He's going to foul off another sinker. Late on that pitch again. 0-2. Is a slow, good timing roller to Gleyber Torres. And he's going to be safe. Gleyber Torres with a bad throw. And that's going to bring up Justin Henry Malloy, who's been good for us all year. A routine grounder scores a run. There'll be no RBI. And this is what Henry Malloy's on the roster to do. He's on this team to hit lefties. He's been cold of late. But we could really use his breakthrough hit right here as we're going to swing through a low changeup. Hey. Just early timing. So, I mean, if he throws us a changeup over the plate, we're going to be on it, as that's the first slider I think we've seen of this at-bat. Yeah, that changeup was bad. 1-2 here to Henry Malloy. And he's going to hit it right up the middle. Going on it is Rodriguez, and he's going to make the play. Good timing on a sinker. And we'll finish play here with Hunter Biggie in a 1-run game. As that was way early, but that slider's going to catch at the top of the zone. It's actually almost a perfect pitch. As that's better from Biggie, and the 12-6 curveball gets a strike. Trying to pitch backwards to Josh Naylor. So we're going to go low on the slider as we're early on it. Not a single fastball thrown to Josh Naylor. And all of it way, way, way away. As up stands our former star, Randy Arozarena. Traded to the Mariners just a couple years ago at the deadline. Been fairly good for the Mariners. Has not been the same player he was early on in his Rays career with them, however. So I would say we did so far get the best of Randy. As Rays Randy would have destroyed that a mile into the warm summer, or at this point now, it's starting to get into the fall night in Seattle. And here's Gleyber Torres, the RBI, or the error that made it a one-run game. We try and pitch very carefully to him, trying to make sure he doesn't get a makeup on us. And we're going to try here with that little two-seamer just off the plate and away. We try with it again off the plate yet again, almost identical spot. We'll go to the slider, and it backs up middle. Don't understand how the game said I had good release on that. So it was nowhere near where I wanted it, and he's going to swing wildly out a slider out of the zone. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and out walks with a little bit of fire behind him, Andres Munoz. In the beautiful teal uniforms that the Mariners rock, it'll be Hunter Fiducia to lead off this inning. We'll have 9-1-2 guaranteed to the plate as Fiducia swings through a first pitch slider. We were way early on that one. Felt like we saw the pitch well, and we're going to smack that through the vacated hole at short, or what was really the third baseline, but they had basically a bunt defense on it, looked like, with the third baseman standing almost on the bag. As up comes Chandler Simpson, who first pitch swings through that sinker where we were just early on, was a bit low. Is that pitch? Oh my God. Okay. Decided to swing before it happened, trying to catch up to that fastball, and it was a slider that almost hit us. So we'll take that fastball just low. Fiducia on first. Chandler Simpson with good speed here is going to pull that one way foul down the line. If he straightens that one out, it could have been trouble, although only hit 88 miles an hour. Could have been a double. As that pitch is going to hit us, and we now got 2 on for Junior. A man who can hit into a fair few amount of double plays, but he's our best hitter on the team as he lashes that one foul just late. Ground into 10 double plays, better than the 31 he had a season ago. He's 1 for 4 on the night. We would love to see 2 for 5 as we're just early on that slider. Beautiful slider right on the outside part of the plate. It's the 1-2. It's going to be a slider trying to work a little bit farther off the plate. We stay disciplined to take. 1-2 here to Junior. And it's going to be a called strike. Or did they say we swung? They're going to say we swung. It was off the plate. I tried to check, and they say we just went around. As Aranda, good timing on a slider, and he pops it up. It'll be called an infield fly. And that leaves us with Carson Williams. 0 for 2 on the day. We had 2 on, no out. And that's just a ridiculous swing. I don't know what I'm looking at. We got to lock in with that. We're going to check on that, apparently. Felt like I went more than on the strikeout with Junior, but it'll be 1-2. So we're going to swing through a slider. We were just early. Just a bit early, and he can't make contact. That's a middle fastball that I didn't see at all. We'll try and get out of Seattle. We get swept. As we're on to Oakland, A.J. Smith-Shawver's been killing it. And he gave up maybe a run in today's game as we got a tie game in the top of the 9th inning. We're going to enter this game with Gavin Lux against Joe Kunal, who looks familiar. I believe he's a former Red. Not a very good one, if I remember correctly. So if I can take a look at this pitcher, or I want to take a look at the pitcher player card, as he very much is a former Red, and he's apparently a former Ray. He was part of that disastrous 2022 bullpen. Somehow not a part of the even worse 2021 bullpen, which you'd somehow think that the 83-win team bullpen would be better than the 100-loss team bullpen, but nope, you'd guess wrong. The reason why the Reds did not make the playoffs that year is, outside of the entire team getting hurt in September and tragically free-falling, the bullpen was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Ball one.
Genuinely, I think the average YouTube viewer could at least draw a walk from them because they didn't throw strikes at all. It's Gavin Lux is going to hit one up the middle. We're going to try and score a run here. The runner is not particularly fast. And it's going to be Junior Caminero, the not-so-fast runner that scores. As we take the lead, Cam Smith now up to the plate as it was good timing on just a middle-up slider. As we're not going to be able to tag on that, but that's going to drop in. And I didn't try and send him. The game decided to send the runner as I just hit go. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna put Jackson to the game. I don't believe the warm-up actually matters anything with the game. If Griffin Jax tears his UCL, then that would be tragic. But because I don't think that's how this game works, we got one out with Jaxie. Carlos Cortez up to the plate as we get a weak ground ball to Carson Williams, who will make the throw on. We are an out away from a comeback victory. I wouldn't say comeback, it was game tied, and we led 2-0 to start the second inning. As I'm going to try and challenge that. I think that could have been closer to on the plate, and we got 2 to give, and it's just off. No sense in taking both of them home with us. That changeup is definitely a strike. It's middle. We'll try and go outside fastball, just late on the timing, which means it goes middle. As we'll try an outside changeup here for the swing and miss. I think that caught the corner, and it's gonna say call stands as it misses by a micrometer. We're gonna try and get that slider in. Grounds it. We now have no more challenges. Although if it goes to extras, we should get one more, as it's a grounder to Luxie. The throw on to first, and the Rays complete a win. They tried to choke it, but we're going to get the win in the minor league ballpark off Joe Kunal. Junior Caminero on homer in today's game as well, with 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. As we can continue to sim that series, as that's the only one we get against the Athletics. As the free fall continues, bottom of the 8th, 1 out for Luxie. I guarantee you he's not hitting in this situation. He will not be hitting. If you see me look up about that way, as I don't know why I did that so drastically, we're calling timeout here, and I'm getting Lux out of this situation. As I don't know why his number, oh, he must have been wearing 11. And I just didn't notice them change numbers. I'm fine with Cam Smith having 11. I'll give Jax or Lux something. He's only going to be on this team for another 2 months. Do we have nobody who can hit like lefties well? That isn't a lefty themselves? Oh, we got Ben Williamson. Yeah, he hits lefties well. Okay. Ben Williamson. It's the clutch stat that matters, but I just prefer to have a righty bat up here. Allows me to see it a little bit better. So he's got 66 clutch, which isn't bad. Better than what I believe Lux has. And the power is about the same. The 0-1 now. The Ben, as it's hit weakly to the second baseman. They're going to try and turn 2, but the pitcher didn't get over to cover. That'll allow us to score a run as the pitcher pulled a Garrett Cole. He didn't go to cover the bag, as that will bring up Keegan Atkins. to face Cam Smith. What was it? Tailor-made double play. The pitcher didn't cover. And Cam Smith is going to lash one down the line. And it's caught in the corner. That's how they will escape the inning. We'll return to simulating. And that's how they're going to get this win. They're going to win by 1. As it was actually our setup man, Edwin Yasita, who blew that game. Gavin Lux with another RBI on the day. And we're now almost 10 games under 500. As AJ Smith-Shawver gets the ball. We're now 10 games under 500. It might be time now to take a look and see what's going on down at AAA. As we could player lock is Xavier Isaac, who, holy lefties. And then we have Ryan Valade. Bryce Matthews is hitting very, very well down here. Joe Boyle's been solid enough. It's Bryce Matthews. Also acquired in that Astros trade. Could be calling up for soon to be call up. Valade has also had a bunch of power. We're going to player lock though as Xavier Isaac, as our 97.5 lefties are going to, which is actually funny, we only have 2 true right-handed bats in this lineup. 7 lefty bats hitting today against the right-hander Didier Fuentes. Or Fuentes. Don't know why I said that so weird. I definitely know how to say that. But before my spiel, I don't remember if I said it. I'm looking up because the Reds game is currently in a rain delay. So I'd like to catch that sometime. As that's a middle curveball that we were somehow late on. I didn't recognize it out of the hand, and that should have been a home run. As that's a perfect liner up the middle. That was a middle splitter. We didn't miss that one. 116 off the bat. If it was to hit at 100 mile an hour faster, it would be also representing Jacob Melton's batting average, which is very bad. Hit a 216. Hitting in the 4-hole, Jacob Melton, acquired from the Astros a year prior. Trying to think who that deal was involved for. It's telling us to go 3. It's an infield pop-up. I'm like, where's that ball? It was hit behind me. As we're down 1 here to the Braves minor league team, I believe.
Inside, ball 1.
I believe that would be the Braves. As the Durham Bulls are down 1, as that fastball is just right on the corner. So that's great velo there from Fuentes. 101 on the gun is his top velo. As he's hanging pitches, we had good timing on that. Near perfect timing, and we just couldn't hit that curveball. But we're going to smoke that splitter. We're 2 for 2 on the splitter. It's a nice single there for Isaac. He missed the curveball, gave him a little bit more velo, and he didn't miss that one. It's Xavier Isaac trying to get that call up to AAA, as that's going to be a weak ground ball, and that's going to be a double play. Melton not helping his averages at all today, as Fuentes is rolling 65 pitches here to start the 6th inning, as remain down 1. As that fastball was somehow just low. Isaac's average up to 260 on the season. And good timing on a splitter. Finally a splitter that gets past us. Oh, just late on that fastball. That should have been destroyed. The 1-2 now here to Xavier Isaac. It's going to be weighing 99 that got away from the home or from the catcher. His 70th pitch. It's going to be a fastball that he blows by us. As bases are loaded, 1 out here. 2-1 offering, as it's going to be a ground ball shot up the middle. It's going to be cut to us. We're going to go home with it. No speed on the base paths, and we got him. Gunned at the plate. I'm assuming would be the catcher, although they'll score multiple more runs. As AJ Minter is the pitcher.
Ball, that's out.
Looks like they got Minter warming in the bullpen. If you know that reference. As we're good timing on that cutter. Got the top of the strike zone just barely. Would have been a strike. That cutter way high. Minter sitting around low 90s in velo. As good timing on the cutter. It was off the plate. We just couldn't get to it. I'm liking Xavier Isaac's swing. I've been good with Isaac's swing. As 96, he roused it up. 2 for 3 on the day is Isaac. And good timing on a cutter outside. It's a slow roller to the shortstop. It'll be 2 for 4 on the day. Bryce Matthews. We're going to take a look, peek into the game. It's a 7-hole hitter and an 0-2 count. Number 0 also representing the amount of pitches the pitcher has thrown. If you saw that, the pitcher had thrown 0 pitches but was in an 0-2 count. That's always interesting. Now, did they have a pitcher up already? Can I take a look at the game log? Because the game log shows pitches that are thrown. Xavier Isaac, where's the pitch? Yeah, so there was a walk, but only 1 pitch in the 9th. Okay, nice to know that simulation's not broken. Joe Boyle wasn't bad. 4 walks, though, will get you pulled early. As 3 runs over 4 innings isn't beautiful, but I mean, we'll kind of take it. As we're about to get swept in what has been a horrible, horrible August for us. As Junior Caminero is on a 12-game hitting streak. This is important. We're losing a lot of games. We're 11 under 500. And we got a speedy runner at first. As this is the player lock situation, I can't have Simpson try and steal as Jeff Hoffman, who's been a horrible closer to start the year. In real life, as I believe he's lost a closer role, as that's the perfect pitch to try and steal a base on. It's the 12-6 curve that was middle. I wasn't going to swing at it, though. Got to get the runner into scoring position. The 1-1 is a middle away breaking ball that we were late on. Couldn't tell if it was going to be a strike or not, and it got right down the heart of that line. That fastball is going to be challenged and overturned for a strike. I thought it was just low. And it apparently was just low! The Blue Jays are going to get hosed on what clearly looked to be a strike as soon as they challenged it, which gives us second life at Junior. Shoots it through the gap. Simpson is going to score. A second chance ABS blunder is going to give us a tie game as the hitting streak continues to 13 strong. As either way, the Blue Jays will win this game as they got 3 runs in the 9th off Griffin Jacks. Unbelievable. Alejandro Kirk, a 4 RBI game. 2 home runs. And that's how you get swept by Toronto as AJ Smith-Shawver loses again. But at least we salvaged the week with a nice strong win, as this has been a season from hell, as we need to take a look at the injured list. Cooper Bowman, a fractured shin. We're going to place him on the 60-day IL. He will miss the rest of the season. Is Junior starting to heat up? The rest of this lineup is not so. Johnny DeLuca has been ice cold. Henry Malloy has not hit well against righties. But we don't necessarily have people much better. We can put Richie Palacios in that role now. But Richie Palacios does not have great arm strength. I was going to say maybe move Junior because he's not good defensively, but his defensive stats in the game aren't as bad as he is in real life. Brody Hopkins is, it's easy to say, struggle mightily. Since getting the promotion, Ryan Pepio's been good all year. Shane McClanahan's been hit or miss. Smith Shawver's been good, roughed up his past 2 outings, and then Jesse's been nice. Ian Seymour's starting to run out of gas. And Jordan Romano looks like he's calling for a DFA here real soon. As I'll take a look, is there anybody down that's really earned a spot? Cam Boozer is pitching like he deserves to be up here right now. I'm going to call up Cam Boozer, and that's going to mean we're ejecting Jordan Romano into the sun. Jordan Romano is going to go away for a while. With that corresponding move, I think Alexander Alberto has to get a call up to AAA. He's been absolutely dynamite. And then we'll promote a pair of arms to AA. Actually, they had too many pitchers to start with. Bryce Matthews is working towards a call up here real soon. But we're going to call up Ader again. Ader's going to go back. Actually, Ader, I believe, started at AAA to start the year, but it was so bad we sent him to AAA, right? Let me load up his AAA stats. Yeah, he was really bad at AAA, so we sent him to Single A. That's a sad promotion. As we'll take a look, a lot of moves by us. Is there anybody on the waiver wire? Nobody on the waivers outside of Jordan Romano. As we are now in last place. The Yankees are on a losing skid, but we're matching them. Both of us are 2 for our last 8. We've been fairly good at home, only 4 under at home, which isn't remarkable, to say the least. And we are now 9 games out of that final wild card. So much for being 3 out, as we're only projected to get to 72 wins, which is not great. We can take a look at contract extensions. And there's nobody here really that I want to offer a long-term extension on. I would be interested in giving Griffin Jackson a contract extension. If it was this much, I think I almost would prefer to do that in the off-season. Somebody I would like to extend, though, would be Jonathan Aranda, if I can get a 10-year deal out of it. For 10 years, I can get him for this much. Probably make it 120 to be a little bit more than what he wants. I'd be comfortable giving Jonathan Aranda that money to lock him up long term. However, I'm not going to do that at this point, as we continue to try and move through this season. As Junior Caminero needs help to increase his hitting streak. He's walked today. I will sim that, as he might have came through in the clutch to win the game. He did not. He struck out. But Jonathan Aranda would follow it up. What looks like an RBI. And Gavin Lux scoring it. It's actually, we won either way. So never mind that. I thought we were also down. As we've now won 4 straight and almost swept the Tigers. 10 games under 500. As we'll continue to send that as we blow out the Padres. We're on a bit of a winning streak as we're down 1. We're going to hop in here. Good speed at first. Less than that at second. And Junior Caminero will face one of the more talented lefty relievers and a pending free agent here. First pitch to Junior. It's a changeup that looks identical to a fastball, and I swing right over top of it. The 0-1 to Junior. As we somehow get a piece of that slider that was so far in, and it was almost caught by Gavin Sheets. Not known for his outfield range at all. Was showing a bit of range right there. The 0-2. So we're gonna keep a piece of it. Has not thrown us a strike. We're swinging wildly with Junior. As Y throws a strike, it's a back foot slider that we were actually fairly timed up for, and here comes Jonathan Aranda. If he wants a contract extension, he needs to come through in this spot, which it looks like he will. The bases will be loaded as Fiducia with less than plus speed. And that'll bring up Carson Williams to the plate. Bases loaded for our rookie, and it's hit up the middle. 2 runs are going to score here. Coming around is Simpson. We will take the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. We get 2 runs off one of the best relievers in the game, and now Luxie to face Brian Hoeing. Is that swing direction had no correlation to where that ball was. As I'm trying to call timeout. There we go. It finally lets me call timeout. Is nobody is here. No one came to see us get that run in. As I'm going to warm up Edwin and schedule him to be put into the game. Just to give Jax a day off as he's not at full rest. I'll let Edwin get this one. The 0-1 here now to Luxie is a middle splitter, and we're very, very early on it. The 0-2 is going to be off the plate outside. It's a sinker. 93. That was a middle sinker that I just didn't see at all. That was a bad at bat by me. And up comes Cam Smith. That sinker was middle. I couldn't tell where that pitch was going. As Cam Smith is going to swing over top of a slider that dives out of the strike zone. He's 2 for 3 on the day, average just below 250. As that splitter just outside of the zone, we were early on it. It was right in that shadow part of the zone. So we'll take that slider. Missed wildly. As we got 1-2 now to Cam Smith. The damage was done. We got 2 runs. We currently have the lead, trying to get an insurance run where a solo homer would not tie it. As we're going to foul off that splitter just early on it, as Rhys Hoskins was struggling. I believe he was in the MVP candidacy when I looked. As that sinker's in, it's going to be a full count. The runners will be off. The 3-2 offering here to Cam. It's going to be a broken bat foul.
That ball's foul.
As there will be a second payoff. The sinker destroyed the bat of Cam Smith. And that pitch is destroyed. Cam Smith with a 3-run homer. It's 5-1. 5 spot here in the bottom of the 8th. And Cam Smith cashes in. His 9th homer this season, his 2nd as a Ray. The big trade piece in the Yandy Diaz deal comes through. And now we definitely won't need Gavin Lux, as he did not miss an inch of that pitch. 102 off the bat, just shy of 400 feet. Perfect on a splitter that caught. And Henry Malloy was on, or sorry, not Henry Malloy, Johnny DeLuca. Does not look anything like Henry Malloy. Had good timing on that slider. Just couldn't put it in play. As the 0-1 to DeLuca is going to be swung through sinker too late on it. Ate us up. Would have been a strike right on that inside corner. The 0-2. DeLuca will swing through the splitter. But a 5 spot in the inning. As we'll finish playing this game. As Nick Castellanos comes to the plate. It's sad to see how bad he's been in real life as of late. As a ground ball to Luxie. 1 down. Jonathan Aranda helped get the bases loaded. A single up the middle would score 2, and then a 3-run homer by Cam Smith. As that's a beautiful circle change right on that outside corner. A better circle change than the first one. So we're going to go try and get in here on Fermin, who's going to pull that ball foul. It was off the plate, and we're going to now try and use a cutter off the plate to get a swing and miss. He does not offer on what was exactly where I wanted that pitch to go. So we're going to try for a sweeper outside. As we're early on it, it's high. It was outside. Actually, it was right on the corner of the plate. We're going to try and dot the outside corner with this cutter. As we won't, it goes back up the middle. Chandler's going to fire in wildly to second. Ball's not going anywhere, though. As up will stand Jake Cronenworth. As that cutter's way high. I accidentally set it up higher than I want it to. As we're not finding it here out of the stretch with Edwin. As that ball's going to be looped over first, a base hit. As that ball's dying, what is happening with Cam Smith? As it's a bad throw in and just a run's going to score. I couldn't get to the ball. Every direction I tried going, as that ball socked. And now it is a 1-run game. As that ball barely gets out of here by Fernando Tatis Jr. And Gavin Lux is going to start warming. We're going to get a mound visit. He's going to throw to Manny. And after that, all bets are off. Changeup on the outside, called a strike. We're going to try and go fastball in. It's too high. Try and go breaking ball low. That's going to be fouled off. It's 2 strikes now. We'll go for the sinker down and in. Try and tie him up as it's elevated. Was not celebrated on, but fouled off nonetheless. Sinker in, just too far in. And we are currently holding back on now to a 1-run lead. It was 5-1 at the start of this inning, and an out in, it's 5-4. As that pitch is going to be hit back up the middle. It's a hard single, and Edwin's coming out of this ball game. We are going to the bullpen to put in the closer, Gavin Lux. Luxie needing to come through here against, not against Cronenworth, Jackson Merrill, one of the many former shortstops on this team. The pitch from Jax is left middle, and it's going to be a 1-hopper to DeLuca. The throw in is now the tying run is at second. The winning run at first for Miguel Andujar. Hunter Fiducia liked where that pitch was. He will challenge, and he will win it. Strike 1. A great pitch here to the former Yankee and former Red. Couple stops in between, as that's an ugly swing by Miguel Andujar. That clutch stat is accurate, I can attest. Part of that Reds playoff push. Seemed like he came up with a giant hit every time. Trying to avoid that now. It's a changeup and it's a rollover. To throw to second. Back over to first. It's a double play. Griffin Jax comes in and gets the twin killing to end the game. Cam Smith 3 for 4 with the home run. Cam Boozer might have been his first inning as Array gets the win, as he much deservingly deserved that promotion up, as we're going to sim out the month facing the Mets. As Ben Williamson has a runner at third, down 1. We're going to simulate this appearance. We're going to lose by 2. And now it's time to decide who deserves a call-up on this team. 2 men must be called up. We can call up a pitcher if we want to bring up another reliever, as Mason Englert has much deserved this call-up. I think that's who the pitcher will be. And now we got to decide. Jonathan Isaac, or Xavier, not Jonathan Isaac, not the Magic player. Magic eliminated last night, or 2 nights ago, I believe, but either way. Xavier Isaac, struggling at AAA right now, will not be who gets the call. It's between Bryce Matthews, not Jacob Melton, although he's hot. I might have to send Theo down to AA, actually, with how bad he's being right now. Trying to decide. It might have to be Ryan Vlade. We need another power bat in this lineup. But I think the biggest issue right now is we don't have a real second baseman. And I think Bryce Matthews will make a good platoon with Gavin Lux here to end the year. 94 at-bats, which is a very small sample. He has not been good, but none of that sample has came now with this Rays team, as he will make his Rays debut coming up just shortly. As we'll happily sit Ben Williamson, who's been horrible of late. Almost triple the sample size. And we'll sim through that game. As long as he didn't make his debut yet for us, which it does not look like he has. I'm going to put him in the lineup for today. Just today, actually. I'm going to have him be the DH in this game. And he's tasked with getting a hit off Nolan McLean. It's a very difficult task to get, but he's hitting 8th and DHing in his Rays debut. The team is 9 games under 500. The Mets also under 500, but only by a game. And Bryce will be tasked with trying to help us get a win here for Jesse, as we currently lead 2-0. Or 2-1, sorry. As Bryce Matthews, the first pitch he will see, he will foul off. Nolan McLean, known for that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. As I'd argue, these numbers are less than what he actually throws. 80-mile-an-hour breaking balls. We had good timing on an outside fastball. Bryce Matthews in an 0-2 hole will swing and miss at a sweeper off the plate. His first at-bat is a strikeout against one of the more talented strikeout artist pitchers, although he's way better in real life than what he's showing in this game. Cy Young favorites, none of that makes sense because they're not in the same actual conference. As Carson Williams is being mentioned as a Rookie of the Year candidate still, as we're in the 2nd day of September. A month to go to improve that candidacy. And Bryce is going to challenge this pitch. And it just caught a corner of the strike zone. It'll be 0-2. Freddie Peralta, the Mets ace, leads the league in strikeouts. And that's going to be the 2nd strikeout of the day for Nolan McLean on Bryce Matthews. The DH Bryce Matthews, as we lead by 2 in this game now. Trying to get his first hit as we're early on the cutter. Way, way, way too early on that cutter. As the 0-1 pitch. As we're earlier on the changeup. An outside changeup, and it's a swinging flail at it. The 0-2 offering is a dotted fastball. It was low, not going to challenge it. We've burned one already. And we'll continue simulating as we pick up a much-needed victory. Johnny DeLuca with a 2 RBI double. And Cam Smith with another RBI is how we score our runs. Griffin Jax with his 37th save of the season. As we continue to just cruise through September, Kevin Kelly trying to get us out. We've blown the save. Kevin Kelly coming on, the soft tosser, as we still have the second best ERA in baseball. That is insane. Kevin Kelly trying to save this game for us to get us to extras. Decent speed over at first, but that run does not matter. And Sam Haggerty, as we are not locating here to Wyatt Langford. That pitch might have been just off the plate. No, it caught. Fastball, middle but high, and it's way turned on early. 94 on the gun. Wyatt Langford a little excited on that pitch, as that'll be grounded weakly foul. Gonna try and go to the cutter, get it outside, and it's fouled off. Trace Murdoch, 5 RBIs against the Astros, taking them down. Jock Peterson, 5 RBIs in the last game for the Rangers, as that's going to be popped sky high. Underneath it is not Chandler Simpson, if you can tell. It was Brett Wiley, who's playing center field today, as we'll finish playing. Speaking of Brett Wiley, he's leading off today. We got good speed over on first base, or over on second base, sorry, as that was good timing on a sinker. It was just outside, as there's an identical sinker just lower. Yeah, identical pitch, still swung at it. It's an 0-2 hole, and that slider too slow for us to make contact on. Up stands Ben Williamson, who is not a good hitter. Tried to lay down a drag bunt. 99 is not going to do that for us, though. Unable to make contact with it. As we try and get a bunt down. We got it down, but it could not stay foul. Trying to maybe bunt for a base hit with decent speed with Ben. That pitch is going to be outside. Only seen fastballs all close to 100 miles an hour. That one sauced down the line, but it's going to go foul. 98 on the gun. Just able to get a piece of that pitch. The slider's going to get away. We're going to advance to third as they throw down to get Williamson. Would have loved for them to try and throw down to third, as I think he would have probably not been able to get it there. As here comes Robert Garcia, the closer, to face Justin Henry Malloy, the lefty killer. So that fastball's high, right at the top of the zone, unable to do anything with it or even make contact, as we were just late. As that's going to be late timing on an inside fastball, and it's ground to Josh H. Smith. As we'll continue to go to extras, as Kevin Kelly remains on the mound to face Jason Dominguez, who was traded here mid-season for Jacob deGrom. 2 bad teams squaring off, as that should have been strike 2. I did not challenge the first pitch, as that one will be just low. It's 2-1. So we'll try and go cutter in. It's high, but gets strike 2. Would have been strike 3 if I challenged it, but maybe he doesn't swing if that was only strike 2. So he'll swing at that cutter that got way inside. We'll try and go to a 4-seam fastball outside. Unable to get to the zone and was just outside. Do not want to walk another runner on to put or necessarily doesn't matter. The winning run is at second. It technically would create a force play. As that is low, the force play has been created for the former All-Star Josh Jung, who's not had a healthy or productive season since that rookie All-Star campaign. And that is going to be more than just productive. It's a walk-off blast. A cutter that didn't get outside enough. And when you barely throw 90 miles an hour, you gotta hit your spots. You can't leave it out over the plate. And Kevin Kelly gets burned. A walk and a bomb is what he gives up in extras. We're going to continue to sim through or not. Ben Williamson is going to be the batter. And I guarantee you, he will be pinched hit for. It will be a cold day in hell when it's Carson Williams. Wait, what? Did that not say Ben Williamson? Or am I blind? As they're trying to pitch out. Yeah, Jonathan Aranda's stealing. Totally gonna steal this base. Where the hell did it say, can I call time? Box score. Did that not say Ben Williamson? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. Probably am. 1-0 though to Carson, who gets a middle pitch. It's a slow roller. It's going to be a double play. It was good timing on basically a middle changeup, and we couldn't do anything with it, as we will face a familiar foe in Josh Jung, who gave them both of their runs earlier in the game. As we're in the 10th inning, trying to get out of this situation, as that's a middle changeup. So we're going to try a cutter up and out of the zone at 91. As we're not finding the strike zone right now. As that slider's off, Edwin getting tired. Trying to be careful to Josh, as we'll get a full count. We're going to go to the bullpen. And we're going to get Hunter Biggie warming up. Might also want to get Brian Baker warming up as well. Get two options warming up in the bullpen, just depending on who I prefer. And that's going to be a liner caught. The quick throw in. You did not want to try and run on Cam Smith, the former third baseman, who I'm not right now still entirely out on him possibly moving to third base if we decide that Junior should be the DH. Although Junior's defensive stats in this game are a lot better than what he is in real life, I think. So it's not like we have a right-handed Rafael Devers, because I think just slightly we have a guy that might care a little bit more. Speaking of Junior Caminero, we got 2 on, 2 out for him. So we'll hop in here facing Robert Garcia, their de facto closer. On a team like the Rangers right now that sold off everything. Closer's not really a big role, as it's a sliding stop at second. 105 on the radar gun was that contact. And it'll be a walk-off victory for the Rangers. That's just unfortunate. Yeah, Edwin should not have still been out there. But that's how you lose that game. As we'll look to try and win this one, hopefully. As it says Ben Williamson again, I'm going to enter this game, and if it says Carson Williams, I'm going to know I wasn't crazy the first time. Because Ben Williamson is not hitting here. I guarantee you, he will not hit here. Yeah, he's not going to hit here. He's not going to hit here. Is why in the hell did he come into the game to pinch hit for our, like, literal best hitter. I'm gonna bring up... Do I have another first baseman? I don't think I have anybody else who can play first. So he has to stay out there. He's 0 for 3. I worry that there have been an injury.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Actually, this is the top of the 9th. And there's one out.
That's a ball.
Outside. Ben Williamson having a good at-bat. I'll let him stay out there. 2-0 now to Ben. Make that 3-0 as Michael Ornania is unable to find the strike zone at all. And our Rookie of the Year candidate, Ben Williams, is going to be the one coming to bat with the winning or the go-ahead run on first. Reached on an error, hitting just above 250. And that will be the 5th consecutive ball thrown by Ortanes. As that slider's down the middle, and we were somehow late. No, we could not make contact with it.
Outside. That's a
His
ball.
99 outside. 33 pitches about to be thrown by this reliever. Good contact, just late. 2-2 count here to Carson. And that's a slider down Broadway. And it's good timing. Almost great timing, I'd say. 2-2. As we foul pop that one, we're getting a nice at-bat. You can see a lot of these pitches, they're pitching Carson very much in. As that's good timing on a middle slider, and it will be a double play. It's a middle slider, good timing. Carson unable to do anything with it. Nabel Chrismat is the one that throws a quality start against us. 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. So we got blanked. We'll look to not get swept. Smith Shawver with a great start, absolutely shoved, will keep us from being swept. As we continue to go through, Aranda, we're down 1 for arguably our best hitter now at the plate. Jonathan Aranda, bases are loaded. It will be against Joey Wentz. Their long man. As that pitch is high. 14 double plays grounded into for Aranda. Hitting just under 280. He's got 95 clutch. He's going to sauce that one foul. Just late on that slider. So that slider was way high. Almost worried about that magically curving in. Couldn't tell if that was to 12-6 or not. It's a 2-1. It's going to be a fastball on the outside corner there. Not the pitch I was looking for in a 2-2 count. The 2-2. It's a fastball! We turned on it! Way back! Over the head! And that's going to score maybe 2! It will definitely score 2. The lead is ours. We're not going to send the third runner. As that look to be Junior Caminero, who is not fast. And that'll bring on another lefty to face Carson Williams, who makes good contact with that just a bit late, and it's foul. Not good speed on the base paths at all. If you actually combine their speed ratings, it's still not good speed. As that changeup should have been destroyed. We were just a hair off it. The 0-2. 3-pitch strikeout of Carson Williams. Gavin Lux. No. Substitution. Lux has 79 contact. But he also has, like, no power. Like, I can't do that. 88 clutch. What's Malloy's? 51 clutch, but he has power. I think I prefer that over a high clutch, no power. It means, yay, high clutch, you're hitting a nice ground ball. Is the Rays a low A team? As that's a weak ground ball back to the pitcher. Malloy hustling, unable to get back there. It was good timing. As I didn't realize the A's, their lower team in their organization, their A-ball team, plays in Bowling Green. Is that Bowling Green, Ohio? As I would have liked to continued simulating, but you don't get that option when you have to make a substitution like that. As I might get this out and then go to quick manage. As Fiducia trying to get this one, it's into row 2. We'll go fastball. Mike Yastrzemski putting up a nice at bat. Not allowing to go away easy as it's going to be a ground ball. Brett unable to stop it. And no hustle on the throw. It will be a base hit. Now here comes Eli White. We're going to try and gun the runner. Just enough speed by Mike Yastrzemski of all people. And now we're out of the double play. As that pitch is apparently just off. It wasn't low. 1-1. White's going to foul it back. So that slider gets called strike 3. And Eli White is not going to challenge it. That was 100% off the plate. And it was. You can't see it. But it was about by 2 ball lengths down. As my head covers it, it was lower than that pitch was. That pitch was off this plate. The Braves do not challenge it. Like, I can actually just show you with this fastball, that called strike was about right there. Horrible call that they decided to not challenge. Maybe in this game they are out of challenges? As that cutter almost gets Baldwin. As that's a hard hitter at Aranda. That'll move the runner to third. But that'll be the second out of the inning. And Ha-Sung Kim is apparently an all-star hitter now. Like, the one thing he's known to not be is Junior makes a nice backhand play. The throw on is going to be in plenty of time. And here's Robert Suarez as we'll go into quick manage and sim through the rest of this. Cam Smith goes down. Johnny DeLuca with a walk. We'll let him steal. Bryce Matthews with a pop-up and Fiducia with a fly-out. We'll go into our pitching change. And we're going to go with Brian Baker to pitch this inning. A leadoff double. A line out and a strikeout. Got to get Austin Riley. And we do. Chandler Simpson will face Joe Jimenez. Caminero, strikeout. Aranda, a walk. Carson Williams, a double. But the runner is thrown out at home plate. And now we'll go to Griffin Jacks. Ground out. Strikeout. Strikeout. And your Tampa Bay Rays, with a 2 spot in the 7th, take a 5-4 win. Back to being only 10 games below 500, we will sim against the Braves, and we get a huge win. Great pitching by Shane McClanahan. Did he rack up 10 strikeouts? He got 1. Okay, so I thought he had... I saw it went 1. I'm like, did he have 10 or 11? No, he had 1. Okay, well, apparently Shane McClanahan is not winning a strikeout title in this game. But we have a good series against the Astros where we won't face any of the guys I believe we traded, at least on the pitching staff. But could we play, as it's a City Connect game, because we have not played a full game with that. As I don't see Yandy Diaz in the lineup. But Bryce Matthews, who's been really, really good for us. He's got good power against righties. As I wish I could just see his splits. I guess I can go to his, recents. Recents, he's been fine. Right, it's nothing incredible, but since being called up, he's been very, very solid. So Ryan Pepio is going to get the start. Carson Williams, who's cold. I'm going to move Cam Smith up. And Bryce Matthews is better defensively at second base. So he's going to go play second base. That's what I'm going to do. Hunter Fiducia probably needs time off. I'm going to let Nick Fortes get the call behind home plate. And it automatically tells me not to do that. So that means I'm going to do it even more. Yordan Alvarez basically playing like he's been in real life, as this Astros team is actually under 500, but Yandy Diaz, the former Ray, who we traded there during the offseason, has been a big part of their team this year. Ryan Pepio to Jeremy Pena. It's a full count to start, as that can't be much more bright or green. As the first pitch we actually throw will be a strikeout, as I don't know how Ryan Pepio is able to throw a strike with his retinas burning from that bright neon green. It's just green. I don't know how else to describe the catcher's gear, as that slugged. Why Chandler Simpson is playing in is beyond me. He makes a good throw in, which will hold Yordan to a triple, or to a double. His 17th of the year. It was a middle slider, and up stands Yandy Diaz, as he's going to swing through that fastball. He's probably having a little bit more fun on the Astros, but we'll have fun striking him out. As Isaac Paredes in a 3-1 count, also a former Ray. As that'll be ball 4. We started in a 3-1 count. Lost hold of the changeup, and here comes the veteran Jose Altuve. He's going to hit a pop-up to DeLuca. And that will be the final out. We're coming up to bat now against Christian Javier. Gosh, Chandler Simpson's been bad. Up to 232 on the average. And that swing won't help it, as I think that pitch was just high. As the Astros need every single win they can get badly. 2.5 games out of a playoff spot as of right now. I will say, out of how bright these uniforms are, I kind of like the stripe on the pants. The stripe on the pants, and then I guess also on the jersey on the one side, I actually kind of like. It's like only on one side of the uniform, which is a small detail, but I kind of like it. It's a fun little color wave. Everything being neon green though is like hurting my eyes. I will say that. As the full count offering here to Chandler, it'll be the 8th pitch of this at bat to him. So he's working a nice first plate appearance. And that's going to be just off the plate. And we got real speed over at first base for Junior Caminero. The 0-1 is going to be off the plate away. We're going to try and steal a base here with Chandler Simpson, who's down to 88 speed. Got a good jump, but it's a fastball. It's called a strike, and he's called safe at the plate, his 20th of the year. As Junior Caminero trying to cash in with the run on base in the 77-mile-an-hour knuckle curve will get the strikeout. As we take a look at some of the numbers for this team. And it's our best hitter by average coming up to the plate now. And Jonathan Aranda hitting just above 275 at 276. As that pitch will be off the plate as we get the faintest MVP chance going here. Definitely not the AL MVP, but he's going to be our MVP. His good timing to Altuve will advance the runner to third. Jonathan Aranda's going to be out. Carson Williams, an 18-homer campaign here as a rookie. The 1-1 to him. It's going to be off the plate. We had a runner on second with nobody out. There's now 2 outs, and he's moved up only 90 feet. And Carson Williams fouls that one back. It will get out of play into about the first or second row beyond the first base dugout. The 2-2 is going to be lashed at third base. It will be a nice play. The throw on will get him. It was good timing, and Correa, who will actually be to bat now. It'll be a 1-1 count to him. Change up just low. Unable to get the strike call. 5 RBIs in Carlos Correa's last 10 games. That will not be either a home run or an RBI, as it was shown on their little board for how he's done. Is up stands the former, very, very bad Ray, as I think that might have just caught, but it's not worth the challenge, and it was a strike. As Yainer Diaz swings through strike 2. As the runner goes, it's fouled off. I was ready to try and make a throw. As that slider is going to get a ground ball to second. And it's a bad throw. It pulls him off the bag and we get nothing. Oh no. What should have been an inning-ending double play. And now up stands Jake Fraley, who very much has turned it around as an Astro. Astros got 3 starters. I'm going to challenge the call of that pitch. I think it might have just caught. And it did. Full count now to Jake Fraley. Full count. 1 out. Trying to get Fraley retired. And it's slugged down the line. It's going to die in the corner. It gets away from Cam Smith. It's going to try and be a triple. We'll try and get it to third. It's a bad throw, and it's an RBI triple from Jake Fraley. The ABS challenge hurts us, as what would have been ball 4 ends up being 2 runs, and now make it 3 as Fraley scores. And it's now 2 outs as we're down 3. Almost a double play. It was a bad throw on to first, or on to second. We got nothing, as Jordan will go down on strikes. A 3 spot for the Astros in the inning. Cam Smith, the former Astro, the top prospect we wanted back in the deal. He's going to look at a high fastball. 35 doubles, which is the most of anyone currently on this Rays team. Split that between here and the Astros, because we were late on that breaking ball. Somehow it's 78. And that fastball, I just had no idea what I was looking at there, because that's a high fastball. And up stands Gavin Lux, wearing 16, which Cam Smith got 11. I didn't notice it, but Gavin Lux swings through a fastball for strike 3. I'm pretty sure that was good timing. No, it was just early, but he just sucks. 1-1 to DeLuca. Maybe I just suck. Maybe that's the answer, as that pitch was literally, it's showing the above angle. It was on the stripe of the other batter's box. And I'm pretty sure that was in the exact same location. Instead, that one bounced before getting to me. Remarkable. As now Yandy Diaz stands in. He's hitting a little bit better with the Astros than he was us. The 2-time All-Star. In fact, he's not a multi-time All-Star. It's kind of sad. Cam Smith trying to close in fast. He'll have to play it on a hop. And it's a leadoff single, actually. Sorry, for Yandy Diaz. We've seen that plenty of times as Isaac Paredes stands in. 1-2 is destroyed. Way back. It's a high fly ball, and it's way gone. Isaac Paredes, his 27th of the year, His swing is made for the short porches at Minute Maid. And it wasn't a bad pitch. It was a fastball right at the bottom of the zone. And he golfed it out of here. So that's a scorcher at Junior. 100 miles an hour. It was a changeup in. Kind of middle, but it was very, very in. As that changeup's hit hard on the ground. Gets a two-hopper to Bryce Matthews. And up stands Mullins. Did I just see he has a 700 OPS now? He was going to get DFA'd. Him and Fraley almost got released, and of course the Astros turned him into something good for him. As the 2-2 will go with a changeup, really the only thing that's been good today for us, at least consistently. We'll try a slider in. And that slider is absolutely belted. Another homer in the inning. Mullins crushed it. And there's a faint sound of boo birds going on behind us. Is Pepio, who's been good all season, has not been good in this inning. As we've given up a pair of homers. As that pitch is just low, and on deck is Jake Fraley. The 3-1 offering will be a strike. Yanair Diaz taking all the way. And that fastball gets to swing and a miss. It was ball 4. Diaz unable to hold up. As their ERA's been bad. They've been bad in this series. And up stands the former prospect of this Astros team, Bryce Matthews. As that fastball's down and in. Matthews picked up 2 singles his last time out. Kid with plenty of power. And that sweeper fouled it back. We were just a hair early on. It'll be a 2-2. And we're going to swing through that sweeper. Hunter, or not Hunter Fiducia, Nick Fortes, a name we haven't seen or said in a while, stands up to the plate. Only been really catching against lefties since about the All-Star break when Hunter Fiducia got the full-time gig at catcher. The 2-1 pitch is going to be slugged into the gap. It's going to get down all the way to the wall. A middle sweeper. It's hit all the way and just sat at the wall. Mullins collects it. It's the 6th double of the year. And up stands Chandler Simpson, the singles only man. I mean, it counts the same as a double, right? If you just hit a single and get a stolen base.
Outside.
As Chandler Simpson has 2 homers in his last 10 games. Mind you, this dude doesn't have a major league homer in real life. I don't think he has a affiliated ball homer actually to his name yet. As that might drop, it doesn't. Yordan Alvarez is going to be the one that makes that play. And it's 2 outs now for Junior Caminero, a runner at second base. That sweeper is way high. Junior 26 doubles, 30-some homers. And that's going to be sauced into the gap. It's another double. That will score Nick Fortes. Mullins gathers it. A strong throw in will be cut by Altuve. And we're on the board. Make that 27 doubles for Junior. As in stands Jonathan Aranda. As Aranda's going to swing through a knuckle curve he was just early upon. The 1-2. It's low. It's going to skip into the catcher's mitt. As Aranda, unsurprisingly, leads us in hits. His 135th could be a huge one. So that almost hit him. It's going to be a full count. Carson Williams on deck. Aranda's going to chop that to first. Isak beats him to the bag. And that will end the inning. Junior Caminero with a roped double. As a pair of 2-baggers plates a run. And up stands Jake Fraley. As he's gotten 1,000 OPS over his last 3 games. So that changeup is going to be hit hard. Carson with an insane play. The throw to first is not in time. Carson able to keep it in the infield, but unable to get the out. It would have been a magnificent play, as this one's hit fairly well out to DeLuca, who's going to make the throw in. As that will be a flyout for Jeremy Pena, and up stands Yordan Alvarez. They're telling me steal. I don't see a good enough lead to do that on, as we'll get strike 2 on Yordan. So I'm going to try and tie him up with a slider in. It's not in. It got the corner. Not exactly where I wanted it. We're going to try and go fastball out. Instead, it's a fastball middle that he swings right through. As it'll now be Yandy Diaz hitting 280 now on the year. As we're going to try and get the runner. We think we got him, and the throw was just a bit high. And Jake Fraley with his 18th stolen base of the year. Fraley always had sneaky speed, not the greatest of speed, but it was good enough. As that pitch is an ugly swing and a miss, as that arc went way too fast than I think it should have, but we'll complete the putout. We got to keep chipping away here as we go bottom of the 4th. Up stands Carson Williams to face Christian Javier. The 1-1 is a big swing and a miss. That 77-mile-an-hour curveball. I'll tell you what, I'm never going to make contact with that. To be completely honest, I will never make contact with it. That's the only thing I can do to it. I can take it. I can take it like I'm an all-star. I just can't hit it. It's Carson Williams trying to complete what has been just such a good rookie campaign. It'll be a full count to our super prospectus rookie. And that's going to be a nice little base hit. Low fastball went down and got it. And he's going to serve it into right field for a leadoff single. And now Cam Smith, wanting to prove why he should not have been traded by this Astros team, is going to hit a weak little nubber. Only play will be at first. It's a productive out. Not exactly the swing we wanted, and here's Gavin Lux. A former super prospect turned now journeyman. As I guarantee you, he will be finding a new home in the offseason. Whether it's via trade or just straight non-tendering, he will be playing somewhere else next year. Especially because Bryce Matthews is going to be given a nice run over there, as that's a ground ball to first base. The runner will advance to third. The leadoff single, we need Johnny DeLuca to cash in to score that run. The pitch to him is a high flyer to center. It's not going to drop as Mullins comes in for it. A leadoff single stranded. And Ryan Pepio, his pitch count is actually surprisingly up there. That was his 95th pitch of the game. Sorry, make that 96th. As that's going to get a big swing and a miss. I'm going to let Pepio finish this inning off if he remains clean.
Ball.
As we will go to the bullpen. And we're going to warm up as Cam Boozer's a close setup guy. I'm going to warm up Ian Seymour. He will either get 6, 7, and 8. Because we don't want to use any of our top relievers in a game that we're down by 5 in. As somehow Altuve gets a piece of that one to foul it off. That's a grounder. Junior with the play over to first. Easy out. And up comes Carlos Correa. A long journey back before rejoining the Astros organization. Was an Astro turned Twin. Would then technically be a Giant and a Met for about 12 hours a pop. before re-signing with the Twins, would sign a long-term extension and go back to them that same offseason after injury concerns. Got both those contracts nullified. I actually don't remember if he ever signed on the dotted line for any of them, but they were agreed upon, at least verbally. As the 1-2 to Bryce Matthews is fouled back, just yanking that pitch out of the catcher's mitt, as it was good timing. Minus 166 launch angle, as that pitch is that sweeper that I haven't been able to touch all day. Just because it's 6 miles an hour faster does not change it. And it was good timing. You can't see it, it was good timing. As that's a sky-high popper. Jordan camped under it, and he'll make the catch. As up stands Chandler Simpson, who walked his last time up. He scored 8 runs over his last couple games, and we're going to call timeout. Or I won't, as I'm spamming the timeout button. And that's strike 3. Ian Seymour's coming in right now. I wanted to just have it set so like he was going to come in and pitch either way. But that will be the end of the day for Ryan Pepio. A start that got away from all that could have just not happened if we got that double play. As Ian Seymour coming in, had a great spring training with us.
That's a ball.
Has been a very, very good long reliever for us, as that's popped sky high. DeLuca under it, and that will retire Mullins. Is the 3-1 count. Gets the pop up. 1-1 is a weak little nubber over towards the Astros bullpen. As the 1-2 is going to be hard hit towards our bullpen. What are you trying to say there, Yainer? You trying to take out our guys? As that cutter gets to swing and a miss. Inside cutter was never going to get a piece of it. And in stands the lefty Jake Fraley, who lashes it over to Junior, who makes a nice scoop. After a little breakdance move, he's going to get the ball over to first in plenty of time. And he better hustle to the bag, as he's already at the plate. As he's got 34 homers, sitting on 35. As that's going to be a hard hit through the second base gap. We were late on it, but 100 mile an hour that we spit it through the infield. And up comes Aranda to face Hayden Wesneski, or however you say it, Aranda. That pitch just off the plate, and you're going to lose this one, Yainer. That pitch was off the plate by a hair, but it was off the plate, and that's how the Astros lose their challenge. We still have both our challenges. 2-1 count here to Aranda. That pitch off the plate again, and it's 3-1 with Carson Williams standing in the on-deck circle. Aranda smokes it! 107 over the head of Jordan. The throw will be cut. Aranda safe at second, barely. It's a hustle double. His 21st double of the year, and in stands the rookie Carson Williams. 2 runners in scoring position. We're down 5. And that pitch is way, way in. 18 homers for Carson on the season, which is 3rd on the Rays, only to the 2 men on base in front of him. As that pitch is laced foul at 101. 2-2 here to Carson Williams. 25th pitch of the game, and it's an ugly swing and a miss at a sweeper. That was never a strike, and up stands Cam Smith. Ugly swing. The 2-1 offerings chopped in front of home plate. It's a tapper to home, and Caminero is safe. They will not get the out at first. It's a fielder's choice reach, as there was no chance to ever get Junior, as that pitch is way into Gavin Lux. As it's now a 4-run game. Tying run in the on deck circle, and it's a perfect, all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Luxy with an RBI double that gets away. He will stay at second, and his 17th double of the year makes it a 2-run ball game as the bullpen will be opened for Bennett Sosa. Johnny DeLuca representing the tying run at the plate now. And it's off the plate away, 2-1 count here to Johnny, whose clutch stat is very sad at only a 35. As he's going to foul that one back. It felt like good timing, and it was good timing. Weakly hit, not even 70 miles an hour foul. The 2-2 is fouled off again. Felt like good timing. Just early timing, right on the border of the green. 2-2 here to DeLuca, and it's way in. Bryce Matthews stands on deck. And it's a full count here to DeLuca. And that strike 3, it punches him out at 97. It didn't look too late, but it was too late. It's Bryce Matthews coming to the plate in a 2-1 count. Grounds the slider that was way in. It was good timing, but just 2 inside. But Gavin Lux cuts the lead to 2 with this lace through the infield double that was hit so hard it just kept on rolling all the way to the wall at 114 miles an hour. Now Ian Seymour back out for his second inning of work as that changeup is just a thing of beauty. So we'll try the breaking ball in to Pena. And it's just a bit too in. We'll try the cutter in. Get a swing. Instead, it's going to be a full count. We do not want to walk somebody in front of Jordan. And that changeup was filthy out of the zone. I don't know what made me want to throw up more, the pitch or that swing, as I think he went, and they'll ring him up. Home plate man, or the third base umpire says he went. We'll go change up, and that definitely caught the plate. Fortes challenging. The ABS challenge is successful. Strike 3. Jordan is punched out. Jordan Alvarez sent packing, and it's 2 out here for Yandy Diaz, who scorches one. DeLuca going back. He's got it. And we'll head to the 7th inning stretch as I need to clear my throat. As Josh Hader comes in, just got done watching a 2-run homer by Ke'Bryan Hayes in real life on the monitor above me. That was a fun 7th inning stretch. Is good timing on a changeup. It's not good enough to get a base hit off Josh Hader. But that is laced down the line, way back. It will not be caught, and we're going to hold up to a single, because that was just placed right next to the fielder. Jake Fraley needs to get a map. As up stands Chandler Simpson. 1-1 with the not-so-fast runner on base. We're not going to try and advance there as it's 2-1. Got a little too antsy. It did not get far enough away, although that was a terribly thrown slider. Chandler pops it sky high. Going back on it is everybody, and will be caught by Pena as it looked like it was going to fall into the triangle of despair. As Seiya Suzuki ties the game. Great, that makes me happy. I'd love a home run here too. As we're going to swing through it. We tried to muscle up and it was a slider. And our PCI tried to swing like it was going to jam us, and it's a slider that's all the way outside. Yeah, no, we never had a chance to get to that slider. And we're going to swing through that 2-seamer. Tried to power swing. And we were apparently too late. As here's Jonathan Aranda. That pitch is low as the MVP trance resume in the Trop. That pitch is way low. It's 3-1. Carson Williams on deck. The tying run at the plate. And it's a two-seamer I wanted nothing to do with. It was a top outside corner. As the full count offering will have Fortes in motion. And it's a two-seamer that catches that outside corner again. Oh, a beautiful pitch. As it's 3-1 here to Isak Paredes. It's hit hard on the ground. Bryce Matthews unable to get it. Apparently nobody wanted to pick the ball up either, as we dove just through it. And now there's a 1-on for Altuve, who we blow a fastball by him. We'll try the breaking ball low, and it squirts all the way away. It's a passed ball by Fortes. And that'll allow the runner to advance to second as they scored a wild pitch. Fortes should have blocked it. And now we've got another run in scoring position for Carlos Correa, who belts that foul towards his own bullpen. It's that sweeper. We got it in enough, and it's strike three. Carlos Correa going down on strikes. And here is Cedric Mullins, as it's a slow roller to first. Aranda beats his former teammate to the bag. And in stands Brian King. As we take a look at Carson Williams, who leads the rookies in WAR. Murakami's going to win it, though, with those 30 homers. As the lefty comes in to face a good chunk of our order. And that's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. We were late. 71 power from Carson Williams against lefties. I wouldn't hate a big extra base hit here. And that slow fastball is just blown by us. It lulls you to sleep at the plate. And here's Cam Smith. 1-1 here to Cam. He's going to rocket foul, pulling it out of the catcher's glove very late on the 98 mile or at the 89 mile an hour sinker. And that sweeper was way late on it too. Couldn't tell where it was going, and it just danced on its way to us. Low changeup at about the same velo. We're gonna call timeout, and Gavin Lux is coming out of this ball game. It's late enough that I'm comfortable to bring in Henry Malloy, who hasn't had a big moment for us in a minute, but we need Justin Henry Malloy to come through here in the clutch. 2-1. He's gonna rocket right at foul. 2-2 now to Malloy. I'd love to keep somebody like Malloy around, as it's a weak grounder to second on good timing. He just needs to hit better if he wants to be brought back to this team. As Ian Seymour's pitched so well, he's still out here, as it's a weak ground ball to the first baseman, and we're going to beat Diaz to the bag. Could have lollipopped it to the pitcher covering, but I didn't want to risk a bad throw. As that changeup, Fraley got all of it. It skied high into the air. Caminero camped under to make the out. And now back to the top of the order, and Jeremy Pena, who's going to swing through another changeup. And we're going to go back out with the changeup. And it's going to be a hard ground ball up the middle. Matthews unable to get to it. So we'll throw into second base, pulling Williams off the bag. As we got to be careful with Jordan as the runner goes. Just not in time. Good speed there by the shortstop. So we'll try and get this changeup in. We got it in, but not conducive for the strikeout. So that sweeper is going to be hit just foul to our bullpen. So we'll try and get the sinker outside. And it's spiked. Going to third is Pena. And he's going to be safe as it's a full count offering. A wild sinker. And now we just got to be careful with Jordan. As we're going to get a weak tapper to second. The throw to first is in plenty of time to get Jordan. And we'll be down 2 runs. Trying to tango with Brian Abreu. Johnny DeLuca will be the first man to hit against Abreu. He's going to foul that one off just late on it. It's got 50 hitting about across the board there. That pitch is way high. 2-2 here to DeLuca. And it's way in. It's going to be a full count. Bryce Matthews with a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. Would love for him to come through as that's ball 4 and we chase it with DeLuca. At least we're realistic. Way too early on the slider as DeLuca swings at that all the damn time. 1-1. And it's the same pitch we swung at earlier. It's a frisbee slider, and I'm not picking it up out of the hand. And that's a fastball that just blasted through us inside. Nick Fortes has doubled. He's 2 for 3 on the day. We'll leave him in there. And it's just late timing on a middle-in sinker, and it's popped sky high. And we will fall 6-4. We battled back into this game, but just not quite enough. As Pepio, 5 earned runs, 8 strikeouts on 6 hits. Not a great outing as we're only halfway through September. Palacios, we can hop into this game. There's 2 on. As I'm 2 hours and 11 minutes into recording. As having one of the best pitching staffs in baseball, we sure are giving up a lot of runs over the past week. As Palacios is 3 for 4. Would love to make it 4 for 5. Yes, he's hit fairly well with runners in scoring position. 0-1. It's sliced foul. Ball boy's going to slowly jog after it as we're in an 0-2 hold to Brian Abreu. The 0-2. Pulled 100 miles an hour out of the hat. Just able to get a piece of it as it looks like it literally got the cup of the bat. And that's it. The 0-2. Off the plate out way. Cam Smith running. Strike 3 anyway. Ahead of the slider. As Jose Altuve has a vintage performance against us as Miss Shaver was rocked. As that does not look like AJ Smith-Shaver. Apparently he's been getting a fairly decent tan as he looks fairly pasty. As it looks like we will have a huge comeback victory as we continue to try and just get through this stretch of the year. Griffin Jacks will lock down the save. We continue to compile losses to end the years. We're currently no longer physically possible to have a 500 or better record. As a big part of this team, I'm going to get Richie Palacios into this everyday lineup over Johnny DeLuca, who hasn't really done anything over the past couple weeks. I'm going to move Bryce Matthews up in the order. Cam Smith I don't want going down that low. I'm fine with Gavin Lux. So I think this is how I'm going to order it to kind of end this season. Because then the idea is Gavin Lux get pinched hit for Johnny, or not Johnny DeLuca. But we're late into September. Only projected to win 2 more of these final 6 games. So we'll continue to sim on. Griffin Jacks slams the door. Griffin Jacks again slams the door. And those were our 2 wins. Miss Shaver lost. We're currently on schedule We'll drop this one. And Shane McClanahan will get the final start of the year. Griffin Jacks trying to shut it down. I will hop in for the final game of the year against the Phillies. Trying to beat our projected win totals. Maybe it's just fate from what MLB The Show wants to simulate for us. Is I would have to go back and watch the opening or the second episode of the series to see how many games they projected for us as we punch out Bryce Harper. And that'll bring up Michael Trout. Mike Trout is a Philly. I don't remember that happening. When did that happen? As that's a hard ground ball to the shortstop, and we are an out away from an extra inning victory. And up stands Kyle Schwarber. We try and get the breaking ball down. It was down, but no swing from Schwarbs. That sinker was way down. We'll throw to third, and it's not in time. Trey Turner advances on the wild pitch. I'm going to try sinker outside. It's going to get the swing and the foul. We're going to go fastball just off the plate. Instead, it's middle, and it's a swing and a miss. We're going to try the cutter in. And it gets strike three. Griffin Jacks closes out the season. It was not a playoff caliber team, but Griffin Jacks gets the gets the win, closes out the season. As Chandler Simpson fractures his arm, we'll send him to the 60 out of formality. But that's the season 67 or 76 and 86 is how we'll end the season. We take a look at the lineups. Junior Caminero hit 250, 36 home runs. Jonathan Aranda, 30 homer season. Carson Williams, a spectacular rookie year. As look at how much he developed. Defensively, not a crazy amount. But I don't really care about that. Look at the offensive numbers. Up 4 overall as he ended the season hot. Cam Smith had a very nice stint with us. I think he can be a nice key piece of the team. And that's why we traded for him. That's his actual current. His power's actually gone down. It's Gavin Lux. Thank you so much for your service. You will not be back next year. As Bryce Matthews had a great stretch to end the year with us. At 39 games, he wasn't hitting at all. And over these last couple games, he didn't really have any crazy power output, but he played a lot better. As Nick Fortes ended the year hot. Johnny DeLuca did not hit very well at all. Jacob Melton got called up after that injury, as they like to mess with the rosters after the season ends, as we'll just take a look at everybody that had a major impact. Shane McClanahan's ERA ends up finishing just a little bit over 4. As Pepio ended the year very solid. Smith Shawver struggled to end the year. Joe Boyle never got called up. Just didn't pitch good enough at AAA for us, and that 29 control scared me. Wasn't great at AAA either. Cam Kiminetti will fight for a spot. Brody Hopkins was not good. Jesse was okay at the major league level. Jax was nails at times. Ian Seymour was very good. And then Gomez never actually appeared for us. So, some other arms. Mason Inglet was very good when he got called up. Cam Boozer actually had very solid numbers for us. Will probably be retained. Kevin Kelly was surprisingly good for us. Does not throw hard. It's not a very high overall, but he gets the job done. Cole Slusser wasn't very good for us. Hunter Biggie, as I'll take a look at his major league numbers. 91 games, a sub-4 ERA is very, very good for us. Ian Seymour, there we go. I'm like, where is he? had a spectacular year. He developed a lot. Very nice for us in 55 games. He could start a couple games for us this year or next year. As Joe Boyle's not pitch for us. We'll take a look now at the total position players. Nick Fortes had a very nice backup catcher year. Hunter Fiducia was better than those numbers say. He started tapering off near the end of the year. Jonathan Isaac had a good AAA season. Not great, as Trey Morgan's season was very much destroyed with injuries. Bryce Matthews, I already talked about. Gavin Lux, see you later. Brett Wisely, probably also see you later. Junior Caminero, All-Star. Carson Williams, a very good year. Taylor Walls will be jettisoned. Chandler Simpson had a better stretch once he was called back up to the majors. Would like the walk rate to be higher. Would like the overall contact to be better. But he did progress in every major category, as Jacob Melton did not play in the majors this year and Richie Palacios was bad. Justin Henry Malloy had a very interesting season for us. Had some nice homers, hit well against lefties, didn't really do much else outside of that. Oh, they did walk a nice amount. So there's definitely something with that. DeLuca, I don't know if there's anything with him. He's 37, or not 37, he's 27. He has not great numbers against lefties, did not slug very high. All he really does is have good speed. I think it's safe to say that the top prospect that we thought we got is not going to be realized. Cam Smith, decent season. No, he hit fairly well for us. Definitely hits lefties well. Would like to see righties be hit a little bit better. As that's pretty much everybody for us. We'll take a look at transactions. Oh, it just shows the random stuff. As we can just sim on through this playoffs and see who wins. As it's Mariners, Yankees, and Marlins who are trying to fight for it. It will be Miami versus Seattle. Seattle leads 3-1. Miami making a comeback. It's a 3-1 series, and the Marlins win their third World Series in franchise history in a 3-1 comeback. Hold on. A huge comeback World Series victory. No, I don't want to do that. I want to view the box score. Is Luis Severino for them. Pitched 6 strong innings. And they got George Kirby early. Luis Castillo ate the innings, but it was already too late. As what a series. So we'll take a look at the league leaders. Or, well, it's too late for that, actually. Take a look at the player. Where's the awards? There we go. Awards. Connor Norby wins World Series MVP. What I want to take a look at is the MVP race. And Giancarlo Stanton wins his second MVP of his career. Playing all but one game. Finally healthy. Has another year under contract. It's good for him. Nick Kurtz coming in second. Aaron Judge in third. The Cy Young race. I'd argue Tariq Skubal should have gotten it, but both seasons were ridiculous. Batting title goes to Vladdy. Cade Smith wins reliever of the year. Pete Fairbanks of the Marlins, former Ray, wins it. Carson Williams comes in second. I can't imagine. The rookie of the year race was very, very close. As we somehow barely beat, as I don't know how I did that, barely beat Colton Emerson. Actually played a decent amount this year. Nice season for him. Hank Aaron Award goes to Aaron Judge. And then some of the gold gloves. Did we have a gold glover? Cam Smith came in second. For one, I guess that counts. And then looking at silver sluggers, nobody in so far. Junior Caminero came in second behind Miguel Garcia. Then for the outfield, we didn't have anybody. ALCS MVP? Anybody crazy with an insane season over here? Norby won a Silver Slugger. Nathaniel Lowe was a big pickup for them at the deadline from the Reds. Nice to know he got his second ring of his career. Braxton Ashcraft won the Gold Glove. Ronald Acuna Jr. as Nolan McLean won Rookie of the Year. Reds looked like they had a fairly solid team as the MVP went to Juan Soto. I'm going to hit advance to offseason. And we will actually take a look at a couple retirees. Andrew Chafin retires. Justin Verlander will go off to the Hall of Fame. Rendon finally gives it up. Derek Law. Tyler Anderson is hanging it up after a long stretch with the Angels. Mark Canha. Cookie Carrasco. Not the Luis, that's the other Luis Castillo that the Mariners had. As he had two at that time. Alex Cobb giving it up. But both of the aces of those Tigers World Series run teams are hanging it up together. And we got some holes to fill on the roster. And we got plenty of money to do it. So with that, thank you so much for watching Rays Franchise. It's been one hell of a first season. And we got to see how many years it takes for us to build this team back into a World Series contending team, which they haven't really had in a couple years now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for the off-season video, which is to come.